guys, this is MJ, Kate's sister. Still here, still haven't left. So today we're gonna make some dessert pairings for you. This wine that we're gonna have for dessert, or at the end of our tasting, is called a Sauternes. It's from France. It's very sweet. It's kind of like what people might think of a Riesling. Even though some Rieslings are dry, this is a sweeter wine. So today we're gonna make a homemade almond biscotti, which sounds hard, but it's really easy. It's a quick, easy dough. You bake the cookie twice. That's what's different about it. It's an Italian cookie. And we're gonna pair that with the 1833 cheddar and a homemade fruit compote, which is just basically dried fruit cooked in a simple syrup. It's very easy. Nothing hard here, and it's going to be delicious with the wine. So to start our almond biscotti cookie, which are so good, we're going to start with mixing our dry ingredients in one bowl and our wet in the other. This is the easiest cookie dough. You guys are going to like this. It's super easy and looks really impressive, like you're a pastry chef. So we have 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. This is 1 tablespoon and 1/4 of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. This is about 1/2 cup of just granulated sugar. This is 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. I have about 1 cup of almonds that I just toasted in the oven and then chopped, like kind of roughly. And then for our wet ingredients, we have 3 eggs that are room temperature. It's really important to have your eggs room temperature when you're baking, if it calls for it, because they're less viscous and they make things rise better. And it's just, I'm not a pastry chef, but I listen to them when they tell me to make it room temperature, so I make them room temperature. We have about 1/2 cup of olive oil, because this is an Italian cookie, and a tablespoon of almond extract and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're gonna mix these in 2 separate bowls. I always break my eggs one at a time in a separate bowl before I add them, just in case you get some shell or something. It's just easier and better. So I forgot to say this before, but we're gonna zest a lemon with our wet ingredients, and it's just really easy. The one thing about zesting is you for sure don't want to go too far to where it's really white, because that's called the pith, and it's like bitter and it doesn't taste good and it'll be awful. So I've just whisked all the wet ingredients together. The almond smells amazing. It's so good. It's really great. So we're just gonna make this dough. It's gonna be really easy and come together really easy. Just put the wet ingredients with your flour and almonds, and then we're gonna just mix. There's some crashing in the background, but that's because we live here with other people and they hang out with us. Dogs, kids, whatevs. Anyway, this is a really fun, easy dough, and we're just gonna mix it together, and then we're gonna make 2 logs and put it on our parchment and bake it. Okay, so now it's time really to shape the dough into 2 logs that we're gonna cut and bake one time. So I just got my hands a little wet. This is like a really wet, sticky dough, so it's okay. It doesn't need to have flour put on it or anything. I mean, you can if you want, but I'm not, and I'm just gonna go in here like this and give it a quick knead like this. And then I'm gonna put it into 2 pretty even pieces, as much as you can. We're not being real scientific here. And I'm gonna take the dough to my pre-prepared baking pan that I've just put a layer of parchment paper on. So here's 1. We're gonna shape these into logs right next to each other on the baking sheet. So it's very easy. The dough smells like so amazing. I mean, I don't know if Italian grandmas would agree with my techniques, but that's all I got. Okay, so I've made a couple logs. They're gonna bake out and maybe spread a little, it's fine. And we're just gonna stick these in the oven for 30 minutes for our first bake. And then when they come out, we're gonna slice them, put them back on the parchment, and bake them for another 20 minutes. And then we'll have biscotti. The second baking is really important because it dries them out, which is a dry cookie. Okay, the biscotti. It smells so good. See how fat it got? It's been cooking, widened out. That's the first bake. We're gonna do twice baked on this. So I am going to I'm gonna let these rest for like 1 minute or 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna slice them, put them back on the tray, and cook them for about 20 more minutes. Okay, going in for the last bake, 20 minutes, and I'm gonna flip them after 10. Okay, so we're back and we've made our biscotti. Kate, I'm touching yours, sorry. This is what it looks like. It's just like a little biscotti like you did at Starbucks or wherever, except for it's better because you made it yourself. And we have some of this fruit compote that we made, and I will give you the recipe for that in case you're interested. Or you can buy it from Kate if you want. And it's just dried fruit that we're gonna kind of spoon onto our biscotti here. It's kind of like another bruschetta. And we're gonna pair that with some of this delightful 1833 cheddar cheese. Kate, do you want to serve yours?
Yes,
yeah,
I will do it.
Okay. And then we're gonna just mix it with our dessert wine.
I'm gonna break mine up a little bit.
You can do it however you want. And
this looks so good.
yeah, I'm just gonna put a little cheese on top of mine, and let's try it. Let's go ahead and taste.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers. All right.
Oh gosh, where do we go? Ah.
I want a little more flavor.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
And taste with this.
That is insanity, MJ. Insanity. So good, you guys. Holy cow.
I made a lot of biscottis, so if any of you guys don't feel like making your own, you can call Kate. Maybe she'll sell you some or hook you up. I don't know.
Wow. What a great pairing.
It's a good pairing because the Sauternes is so sweet and the cheddar is so dry, but mixed with the fruit. And the biscotti isn't sweet.
No, the biscotti is not sweet. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so delicious. I love it.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.